Demon here. Alright, so I'm going to review Dark Ark, the first issue of this series. It's by Cullen Bunn, illustrated by Juan Doe, and this is a good book. It's like a horror-themed book, horror alternative biblical-themed book about a Dark Ark that is the dark version of Noah's Ark. It has demons, and there's a guy who I like to call the Dark Noah. He's similar, or actually I don't know what his name is, I forgot, but we'll find out. Let's check it out. So we got waves crashing, a storm, obviously he's part of the Great Flood. Whoop. Lightning, bodies floating, looks ominous. Crashing through the waves, lightning again. What the heck? It was like, I thought that was a sea serpent. We've got some elephants, but they seem to have glowing eyes. Maybe they're dark elephants. Easy now. Nothing for you to fear. Just the rain. It plays tricks on all of us. Just a trick. It is, as you said, another ark seeking salvation from the flood. The beasts of the natural world huddled in their own filth against the wind and the rain. 7 each of the clean, 2 each of the unclean. And so much meat to go around, they are afraid, pitiful, it would not take much to kill them. And we could eat for weeks on their flesh. They barely recognize their own existence as it is. Are you that hungry, Desiree? Am I not feeding you enough? Is the hunt the only thing you know? They are not far. I could take a coven of my sisters, perhaps a chimera for the larger prey. We could scuttle the ship and be back with a feast before. No, we are not hunters. Not now. We can afford to be nothing more. You can afford to be nothing more. You take too many chances. You stray too far from the ark. What would become of the Harpies if all of your coven was so reckless? There was a time, Shrey, when you wouldn't have hesitated to destroy a rival. What changed? So Shrey is the Dark Noah. He's on this crazy ship here with his family. Father, is it true? Did Desra glimpse the other ark? So they've survived this long too? They're still alive! So it would seem, children, so it would seem. But why are we talking about this now? Don't you have enough to keep you busy? Do you have so little to do that you can concern yourself with such matters? All of you now, back to your chores. Why would the Lord condemn us to such a terrible fate? No, because you're a demon, or a harpy. You are a harpy. Harpies eat flesh off of bones. Whoa. Now check this out. This is a pretty good shot here. This is all the weird, mythical, fantastic creatures that are on this dark ark. Just shows them hanging out in the hull there. Or the lower cabin. This guy here, I believe, is a vampire. His name is Nex. He plays a pretty big part later on. And you've got unicorns. They're not bad, but for whatever reason, they're condemned. We do not belong here, one whispers to the other. And this looks like a queen harpy or something. Do any of us belong here, O unicorn? The Lord to whom you mule and Knicker believes that none of us has a place in his new world. You are not forgotten. You are exiled. Leave us alone, Meldrum. Leave us to our sorrow. I'm not here to taunt. I'm here to help. To offer you friendly advice. I understand your sadness, your sense of loss, but some of the others will recognize such feelings only as weakness. And that is weak they eat. So this creature here is taunting the unicorns, basically telling them that they could get eaten at any moment. The next page here, there's a manicore named Crawl. Crawl. My name is Crawl. He seems to have a thing for this human girl. She's the daughter of the Dark Noah Shrey. And he keeps checking on her, saying he's going to protect her, but he always reminds her that he'll eat her whenever, he feels like it, but he chooses not to. So, yeah, he's just kind of taunting her, but for whatever reason, he does not want to eat her. Just yet, anyways. So they're just being kept, in the lower decks. They're essentially prisoners. They can't really go anywhere or do anything until Shrey, the Dark Noah, gets them to their destination. And Krolls just seems to be watching them, protecting them. I don't know, it's like his self-appointed duty, he feels. So, these guys, they can smell their meat. They're always taunting them, saying, "Oh, baby, you smell good. I'd like to eat that." Kroll beats the crap out of anyone that gets too close to him. He says, "Hey, they're under my protection. You don't mess with them, you mess with me." And there's just a whole spooky vibe to this whole arc. The tension builds up. Got a vampire. They don't get along. There's hierarchies. There's like social classes or castes within these demonic forces. This vampire is a sneaky, cunning SOB. So let's skip a couple pages here. Oh yeah. There's the Dark Lord himself. Now Shrey, the Dark Noah, is some kind of sorcerer, so he's got some kind of dark powers. Obviously granted to him by the Dark Lord. And he basically reminds him of his deal. You gotta get him to safety, and then we get to eat Noah and all of his animals once we get to safety, and in return, we won't eat you or your family. So for whatever reason, he trusts them. And then we have a problem here. One of the snake creatures was killed. So it goes into a murder mystery. And, Noah kind of has to, not Noah, Dark Noah has to calm things down. He has to keep a riot from erupting. He has to keep, the creatures from eating his family because this tragedy, I guess you could call it, happened. So I don't know if it's going to be a whodunit, but I like the atmosphere. I like the art. I like the direction that the story is going. It's pretty damn cool. So I'll jump on to the second issue, and I'll review that too. But this is a great book. It starts off great. It really sets the mood and the atmosphere, and it's a good horror book so far. I like it a lot. Demon out.